Hey everyone, this is Beau Benjamin with Beau Benjamin Realty Group, and we are at 365 East Morris. Today we're going to talk about Airbnbs. This is an Airbnb property that's actually listed for sale. It's downtown Indy, not very far from Eli Lilly, great location. And today I have our special guest speaker, Jim from 5 Star Properties. He's going to answer some questions for us about how Airbnbs work and what they do to service the Airbnbs. I'm super curious about this. I am a long-term rental, single-family property person, so I've been wanting to get into this for a long time. Use me as an example. I'm a brand new. I'm thinking about buying this place. I've seen it on the market. It's at a good price point. I'm going to buy it. First of all, I can hire you, right? You're managing it now?
Yeah,
Awesome.
absolutely. I'm a part of 5 Star Property Group. They've been a part of short-term rentals for the better part of the last 20 years. We specialize in optimizing properties just like this one as short-term rentals, using websites like Airbnb, Vrbo, Booking.com. One of the great draws about Indianapolis is the fact that it has so many things drawing in travelers from all across the globe. So we have the convention center, we have the NCAA sporting events, the headquarters that are here, Lucas Oil Stadium, and best of all, Eli Lilly is right across the street. And so whether you're targeting business travelers, sports travelers, family leisure, pretty much every type of demo and travelers.
As a person that wants to buy, I call it an Airbnb, that's kind of the de facto term, but as the property manager, you actually book it from a bunch of different sites, it sounds like.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So
Absolutely.
I don't have to worry about that. If I'm the owner, I just hand the key to you and you're driving the car for me. So I rent it out for X dollars a night. I assume that varies. Do you guys do variable pricing based on like events and stuff like that? Is that common?
Yeah, great question. So we really break our management down into 3 specific areas. Our full service management focuses on listing management, guest management, and cleaning management. And so we'll list it on all the proper websites, like we just talked about, Airbnb, Booking.com, Vrbo. We'll make sure that all of the pricing, like you just mentioned, is correct. So almost think of it like an airline ticket. So we really lean into smart pricing. We have a full dedicated team, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. This listing is always being monitored and the prices are always fluctuating. So we're bumping up the prices on big events like the Indy 500, Gen Con, FFA. And then on the off-peak season, we're obviously kind of going after kind of lowering the rates and making sure we keep the occupancy as high as possible. Our guest management, part of our management on that is we vet the guests the best we're able to, make sure we get them checked in, checked out, handle any questions they have before, during, or after their stay, do the best we can to make sure that we get them back next year. We want this to be their Indiana home away from home. And then of course the cleaning management, we make sure we work with all the best cleaners in this market, and we make sure that the house is reset and restocked and ready for the next guest. So almost think of it like a miniature hotel or a miniature home away from home for these travelers while they're in town.
Okay, so it's booking management, guest management, cleaning management. What am I getting charged for all this, Jim?
Absolutely. So we have a minimal fee of 18%, which is very competitive for this market. And that, like I said, that covers everything. So that takes care of the listing/booking management, guest management, and the cleaning management. We really genuinely feel that any house listed as an STR or a short-term rental will certainly be optimized to the fullest, and you'll be able to meet or exceed what it would be doing as a long-term rental. So that's really the name of the game. Is as an investor, you want to make sure you're maximizing your investment. You want to make sure that you're keeping the ceiling as high as possible. And with the short-term rental being managed by 5 Star, you are really leaning into that.
All right, Jim, I'm so excited about short-term rentals. I mean, we got everything's done for us, passive income. So tell me, like, why Indianapolis is a great market for short-term rentals.
Absolutely, wonderful question. So Indianapolis is one of the most unique markets in the country. It has so many great things going from it, from an STR perspective or short-term rental perspective. First of all, legislation. That's a question we get all the time. What sort of rules, regulations, permits are required? Right now, the state of Indiana has extremely progressive legislation protecting investors, protecting homeowners. Unless there's a certain county in Indiana that has current STR restrictions, a municipality or a city is unable to block or prohibit STRs unless it's in an HOA or a condo or something of that nature.
Okay.
So when it pertains here to Indianapolis and this rental Pacific, as of right now, knock on wood, no permits, and there's a lot of really strong legislation that protects your investment. So that's something that we always look at from an investment and a real estate angle, and we're very, very bullish on that. As far as Indianapolis itself, obviously we're not near a beach or a mountain slope, but one thing that we really leverage large is our events and convention center. So almost every month there's a really big event that's drawing people in. So the month of April has the Fire Department Conference, FDIC. The month of May has Indy 500. Gen Con is in August. You have this upcoming winter, we have the NBA All-Star Game. And so almost every single month there's a massive event that oftentimes 5-star will have homeowners reaching out and saying, oh my gosh, I can't believe for just these 3 or 4 days, I made more on this month than I did last year when I had it as a long-term rental for the entire month. And then you still have the 25 days left to play with. And so that's the legislation coupled with the big events are really what make rentals like this really, really perform very well.
Well, thank you, Jim, so much for walking us through how short-term rentals work. This is obviously, like you said, a great market. And we just sold one down the street, and that new owner is going to step right in. I think he's actually using you guys, and he's going to step into making some money as a short-term rental. If you want to look you guys up, you're 5starproperty.com.
Yes, sir.
All right, and check out our listing if you want to buy this one.